I was going to bring up the Greek. I was going to talk about storge, eros, philia, and agape, and talk about, the different types of love and how they pertain to the Greek and how the Greek defined them. And I thought to myself, I don't know that that's really important. I thought about even doing the 5 love languages with Gary Chapman, which I absolutely, positively recommend, nay, insist that everyone go out and get. This is such a powerful book in discovering and discussing the 5 love languages, which are, by the way, words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, physical touch, and acts of service, which are all very important in how you receive love and how you give love. But in discussion of love and how it pertains to the church, none of that is really important. I guess, well, it is important, but when you boil all the fat off of it, you put the turkey in the pot and then it starts to boil, you get that little froth and stuff. And when you get all that stuff and when it boils down to is simply one thing: how God loves us. So let's get into some math. How you say math? What in the world does math have to do with love in the church? Simple. We're just going to go back to elementary school. So in first grade, we learned simple addition. I think it's first grade. So if we took 3 plus 5 is 8, the is means equals. It means it's equivalent to whatever's on the other side. Whatever on one side is the same as whatever's on the other side of that little equal sign or that little bottom line sign, right? Let's just go here to 1 Corinthians 13. I love this chapter. It's probably one of my most favorite chapters in the Bible, discussing love and how we should love people. We find out what love is. Love is, and it doesn't matter what your love language is, it doesn't matter what the Greek says, it doesn't matter how many words there are in Spanish. It breaks down simply to this: love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrong. Love does not delight in evil but rejoices in the truth. It always protects, it always trusts, it always hopes, it preserves. Love never ever fails. Now, I would like to take that a whole step further. Now, if we continue on with the motif that in simple addition where, 3 plus 5 is 8, so whatever's on one side equals to the other side. We already discussed that, right? Okay, you're with me? Great. So now we can go to, let's say, where's that at? It's 1 John 4:8. And that simply says, hey, whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. Whoa, so God is love, and love is all those other things. So what I like to do is I like to, instead of saying love in 1 Corinthians, I like to put God in there. And this is how we should love, because God is love. Like, he's equal to love. This is who he is. So instead of saying love is patient, I like to say God is patient. God is kind. God does not envy. He does not boast. He is not proud. He does not dishonor others. He is not self-seeking. He is not easily angered. He keeps no record of wrong. God does not delight in evil, but rejoices in truth. He always protects. He always trusts. He always hopes. He always preserves. God never fails. Now, if this is how God treats me, this is how we should treat others. Because if we go back to 1 John 4:8, it says, whoever does not love does not know God. So when it boils down to it, when it comes to the church, hey, we ought to love as God loves, because God is love. And so, side note, hey, guys, girls out there, those that are looking for somebody, someone special, even married folks, if your thing isn't just gelling just right, look, if any of these things do not apply, it's not love. So don't let somebody come up to you and say, hey, I love you, and they're not patient, and they're not kind, and they're envious, and they don't. If any of these things are lacking, guess what? It's not love. So take that to church, tell somebody at church, hey, you don't love me, and tell them why. But you take on love. You love the way God loves us. That's how I see it from the organ bench.